Well, guys, there's just some of the heavy hitters I had out. White Max, Megajaw Black, had the Megajaw Blue out, the Assassin, and the Crixus. But, as you well know, that's the way fishing goes. I had one little nibble on a black and silver colored ribbon worm. That'd be actually this guy right there. One little nibble. The whole couple hours I've been out here. That lake behind me is totally froze over. That's Pump Lake, actually. Bell's Landing on this side has actually ice everywhere except for this little patch right out here. This little bitty patch. And this end is pretty shallow. Yeah, they haven't moved up this far yet. They're still out there in the deep end, which is way out there by the island where those trees are sticking up, and way out past that where you can see the next set of reeds that are sticking up, and around that side and way down to the other end. So from bank fishing standpoint, yeah, there's only so much you could do. So we gave it a try, and we had fun. I'm not gonna say I didn't have fun, because there's all that wonderful KastKing gear that I had fun tossing. You know, that's the great thing about KastKing. It has I have no problems with it, so I'm not fighting my gear. So, as I've said a million times, having line that doesn't snap all the time when you get hung up in this garbage, and because it's stronger, and not having reels that screw up all the time, at least I have fun. But that being said, it was a bust today. There's just too much ice on the water still. The conditions haven't come back in Illinois, but I'll take a look at that sunset. I mean, come on. That's beautiful back there. I don't know if I can get that to focus back there better or not, but yeah. I mean, you ain't gonna see that on the couch, and no matter what, I'm not gonna catch fish sitting on the couch. So, that being said, I had to come out and give it a try. But with everything still froze up, it's just not conducive to good fishing right now. I can tell that the Pump Lake, if you look back there, like where past these reeds this way, some of it's starting to thaw out a little bit, and way back on the main part of the lake, there's some sections that are where it's shallower through there is starting to kind of thaw out a little bit, and then there's another big huge patch of ice. So we've got a while. And even back there on the Pump Lake, there's a little stretch behind that car that you can see that's not ice back there. So we've got a ways to go, unfortunately. So it is what it is. You know, it's central Illinois. But to be out here earlier without a jacket on in February, I haven't done that in probably at least 12 years. So we have had an interestingly warm year. So I'll give it that. But it is what it is, you know. Can't catch them sitting on the couch, so I'm going to come out and give it a try. But I threw everything but the kitchen sink at them. I didn't bring a lot of my stuff. I just brought my little jump bag, my little bitty bag here. So I have what I call my running gun tackle box that has like spinner baits, some different jerk baits, some dive baits and stuff. That's a wake bait on the top, some different worms, and some that's actually one I molded. That's in a color I molded. But yeah, some swim baits and stuff like that. But and my little running gun, that's all I had with me. So I was limited to what I could actually throw. And then of course I've got everything, almost all my rods with me. There's like 4 more rods and reels at home that I don't bring unless I'm gonna go on the boat, because just why? It's already overkill. Nah, there's no such thing as overkill when it comes to having a bunch of KastKing gear. But I gave it a shot. I gave it a violent effort, and yeah, so with the limited stuff I brought with me, I gave it a shot and came up bust. But I was happy to see that I did get, there was some shad popping up right out in the middle of this at one point. At one point, I had I kicked them up with the red lipless. The red lipless kicked them up. So that was kind of neat to see that, because that was the most life I seen. And then two turtles were sticking their heads up towards the ending here as the sun's going down. Had two turtles pop their heads up. But other than that, and then that one nibble I got, there was been no action. I mean, it's still cold. They're out there deep. They're sitting on the bottom, and it's just, it is what it is. You need a boat to get out where they're at, and unfortunately, you're not going to take a boat out on that. So, I mean, it is what it is. The ice ain't real thick. You can't go out on it. You can see all the dark spots through it. If you look out there, I mean, there is a ton of white or dark spotting everywhere. So I mean, that's the problem here in Illinois, central Illinois, where we live. You can't really ice fish, but you can't do boat fishing, and you can't do any bank fishing either. I mean, it's kind of a crap toss. So winters are very long and dreary here. It is what it is. So, but I was thankful to come out and drive around all these lakes and find an area that was that big, which is, I mean, an Olympic-sized pool at best. So we'll take it, you know. I basically fished a little bit bigger than an Olympic-sized pool, and what I could reach of it from the bank. But that's a good thing about KastKing reels. I can get out there a long ways. They do that with their extremist braid. I could get way out there, so that made it kind of nice. But I think I'm gonna get ready to head home. We came out, we brought the KastKing gear out, we got it all weeded out, because this winter I did all the maintenance to them. I got them all strung. They're ready for the tournament season. The old Crixus. Well, I was in the middle of videoing and talking to everybody, and Donnie called, and we know what that does to the wonderful videos. I was going to bring the GoPro, but like I said, I didn't know if there was going to be any fishable water, to tell you the truth. So because of that, I chose to not bring it. So all I've got's the stupid phone with me again. But because of that, it does make me happy that I've got the GoPro. It makes me know it was a very good decision. Oh man. So we're just packing up all the goodies. Googan baits. I love Googan baits. That's some good stuff. The Bandito bug. That's a good one. Can howl out the butt of it and do some cool tricks with it. But yeah, none of it helped today. And these gloves, these KastKing gloves, the winter ones, man, I like them. They're like a neoprene, so they're pretty much almost waterproof. And I mean, they got the split fingers, so your fingers can come out, so you're going to get water in that way. But they're pretty warm. And this winter hasn't been too bad. I mean, we've dropped into the teens, and they've kept me pretty warm when I've used them every time I've had them on. So I like them. It was a good day. I had a nibble, which that always counts for something, you know. When you can at least get a nibble, that helps. It makes me happy. But yeah, that was fun. Too much ice to really be productive, but you're not going to catch them on the couch, like I've always said. And it's always a good day when you're out here on the water and can find a place to chuck this KastKing gear. That's always a good time. With that said, I am going to start my trip home. Guys, it was fun. I love getting out here. Even when I don't catch anything, I love being out here with the KastKing gear. Keep it KastKing. Keep those lines tight. And I hope all you guys had a decent day too, man. I hope wherever you guys are at, you had decent weather and found a little patch of water like I did, whether there was anything productive or not. I hope that you were able to at least find a patch of water that you could actually do a little fishing in, you know. I was starting to get a little apprehensive about, even finding any, but I drove around until I found it. So thank God there was a section this size that I could actually do some casting into and actually wind all the way to the to the bank without hitting any kind of shelf ice or anything along the banks that'll cut your line. So that was a plus. So I hope you guys had the same. So we will talk to you guys soon, and keep it KastKing, guys. Always keep it KastKing. We'll talk to you guys soon, man. Later.